Hi, fourth graders. Happy Friday. Today, for Fluency Friday, I wanted to take a few minutes and read a little bit to you from a series called Bark Park. And it's found on Epic. And the first book I'm reading is The Popped Ball by Brandy Doherty and illustrated by Paige Pooler. And before I read the book, I thought that I would explain why I picked it. I thought this seemed like a cool series for you. There are three more books in addition to this one. So if you like what you hear today, um, please go over to Epic. I either assigned it to you already, or you can just go and type it in if I have not. I assigned so many things to you that I'm actually thinking if I have done that already. Okay, so the story is called The Popped Ball. If you read the back of the book, it says Bark Park. The popped ball. There's always a mystery to solve at Bark Park. Join Scout and her friends as they follow clues to solve the case of the popped ball. So let's begin. And as I read, please follow along with your eyes and watch the words as I am saying them. And also take note of how I read, how I stop at the punctuation, and see if you notice anything else about me and my attempt to read fluently to you. All right. It was a beautiful day at Bark Park. The sun shone brightly, but it wasn't too hot. A nice breeze blew through, making Scout's large fawn colored ears twitch. It was the perfect day to sit in the shade and munch on blueberries, Scout's absolute favorite snack. And I'm going to show you this word again, absolute. So sometimes multi-syllable words, you can sound them out by just breaking them up into those syllables. So loot. And I know that's a long U because I have a silent E at the end. And maybe, just maybe, she thought, a mystery might pop up. So let me read that page again to you because I stopped to go over the word absolute. So it was that last sentence. And I'd like you to see you get in the habit of doing this in case um, you lose your place or you just get distracted or if you need to reread something because you were trying to decode a word. So the last sentence was, it was a perfect day to sit in the shade and munch blueberries, Scout's absolute favorite snack. And maybe, just maybe, she thought, a mystery might pop up. Scout came to the dog park every day and all the dogs knew her. She was the smallest dog in the park, but what Scout lacked in size, she made up for in smarts. Scout was something of a dog. Scout was something of a dog detective, and as luck would have it, Bark Park always seemed to have a mystery that needed solving. Get this out of here. Scout stood on a bench, eating blueberries from a little tin bowl and surveying the dogs who had already gathered in a large, and I'm going to stop here for a second, and surveying the dogs. And I do believe if I was to click on surveying, because I maybe didn't understand what that word meant, I could find out. And before I do that, if you want to try to figure out it using the context clues around it, that would be a great idea. So what is this word? I don't know how to say it and I don't know what it means. So let me look. Scout stood on a bench eating blueberries from a little tin bowl and surveying the dogs who had already gathered in a large, dusty play spot. Okay, but let me go back. So if I didn't know that word, I would sit here and say, well, she's on a bench and she's eating blueberries from a little tin bowl and something the dogs who had already gathered in a large dusty, a large dusty, where's my page turner? Play spot. Okay, so it sounds like almost like looking at the dogs. I don't know. And I'm going to look at this word. I'm going to try breaking it up into syllables. Surveying. Okay. And if you say it was surveying, maybe you'd say, well, that doesn't sound like it makes sense. Let me click on it. So it's pronounced surveying. Okay, and I believe when it's on your side, this will say it. They will say it for you. Maybe because I'm recording, it won't do that. Anyway,
bench,
ooh, like that. I believe it will do that. Okay. Maggie, the golden doodle, was lying on her back with her favorite ball in her mouth. Her legs kicked in the air like she was dancing upside down. This is the best, Maggie said around the ball. Maggie was rarely without a ball of some kind, but the red squishy plastic one was her favorite. Maggie bicycled her legs one more time and then jumped and ran in wide circles at top speed. Even on the hottest summer day when every other dog was panting in the shade or slurping from the water fountain, Maggie had endless energy. How she managed that was one mystery Scout couldn't solve. A few feet from Maggie, in the shade of the biggest tree in Bark Park, lay Gus. Gus's large jowls were spread in the dirt as he. Oh, wow, look at this. Wait, did I miss a page? As he snored through his short, wide nose. And then I'm going to go back to this. And it's a cool page. It shows you what each of the animals are doing and their names and what kind of dog they are. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. I left off with snored through his short, wide nose, and that he was an English bulldog. So after that, if you'd like to hear the rest of this book, go over to Epic and listen there. Please remember to practice your fluency by using punctuation, using your decoding skills that you have been taught, and trying, if you can't sound out the word, trying to use your context clues around you, wondering, would this make sense if that's the word I used? Okay. Um, Again, I think I assigned it to you. I would love to hear if you read the rest of it or not, or continue to read the Bark Park stories. Here's what it looks like again. And if I did not already assign them to you, please feel free to jump on and finish this one at least. Have a wonderful day and happy Friday.